This episode is brought to you by Manpon, the official male tampon of the Golden Crotch.
Manpon! 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 Manpon!
Time to listen, not watch. It's Jacob and Edwin on the Golden Crotch.
I'm starting this. Hello and welcome to episode 11 of the Golden Crotch with me, your host Jacob, and my co-host Edwin.
That's me.
Today we're going to be discussing global warming, followed by a bit of dogging, and then lastly we have a versus round. So kicking it off, we have global warming.
So where do we start?
Well, I'd like you to start, so we'll start with you.
Oh, well, there's a train of disbelief over global warming, isn't there? You know, some people just aren't having it.
Yeah.
I think it is a thing, like it's happening.
Okay.
But I think you've mentioned this before, saying that the world just heats and cools anyway.
Yeah.
And yeah, maybe we are just like contributing to that, and it would have happened
Yeah.
at maybe a lesser rate. So I don't know.
I mean, yeah, I think it's inevitable that it would be warming or cooling or whatever it's deciding to do in. But I think we are accelerating it a little. I mean, we must be with the pollutions that are
But
being pumped out every day.
everyone's like, you know, everyone's sort of like worried about the animals and all this shit.
Yeah.
But right, which is sort of fair enough. But at the same time, like say like the meteor that killed the dinosaurs.
Who worried about them?
Well, there wouldn't be here if the dinosaurs never died off.
Nobody.
So it's just like extinction happens, doesn't it? So and it'll sort itself out eventually.
If they don't evolve to survive in warmer climes,
Then they die, and that's the way it is.
yeah. Well,
And that's that.
where we live used to be like a tropical ocean, or at least it did up near Dalby Forest.
Really?
Yeah, that used to be all the tropical ocean.
Like what? When the country wasn't even where it is now.
Yeah.
Oh right.
But that patch of land, wherever it was situated,
Yeah.
was a tropical ocean.
Mm.
It's not now.
Well, no.
And it must have been friggin' hot there for it to be one.
Oh, tropical.
Yeah.
Mm.
So, was that global warming?
Yeah. Yeah, but no,
Yes, it probably was.
more to do with location than. Cause like it's hot in tropical areas.
That's a fact, people.
That is a fact. You heard it here first.
Nah, but global warming, it depends, doesn't it? You can either say global warming, the act of the world heating up purely because of people polluting it, or global warming purely because
That's what it means.
purely because it's the opposite of global cooling, which only happened a few thousand years ago, or however many years ago, fucking the last ice age.
So yeah. So you're saying what I'm saying.
I'm saying, what's taxing the people going to do, you know, global warming tax or greenhouse gas tax? All this shit tax. Ooh, the government, just give us a bit more money. We won't stop global warming, but
Yeah,
we'll have more money.
What does it actually go towards?
It's total bullshit.
Or is it just purely for the purpose of, like, deterring you? You know, like, trying to encourage you to
But it just doesn't.
not have to pay it by being green.
Maybe. But some companies just can't not pay it, can they?
Mm.
I think China just pays it. In fact, there's a thing in there where each country is allowed to pollute a certain amount.
Yeah.
And if they pollute more, then they just have to buy other countries that haven't, you know, their extra kind of thing.
Their excess.
Well, what they didn't use, they can buy and get away with doing more kind of thing.
Oh, I didn't know
Be a
about
miracle if anyone understood that.
that. Alright, well. I don't know how I got it, I think. But, yeah, I didn't know that. Apparently, I think it was either Norway. I think it was Norway. I could just be completely wrong. I think it was Norway. They produce more like green energy than they use energy.
It was
If you know what I mean.
Was it that they paid the customers rather than the customers paying for the energy? The customers actually got paid because they produced more than they used.
I don't know. I didn't know about that, but I just
That probably wasn't in
knew.
Greenland. It was somewhere else, I think.
Oh, I don't know.
But yeah, that's crazy, that, isn't it? So where are they getting theirs purely from then? Solar.
Like wind, solar.
Wind.
They put ones in the sea as well, don't they?
Yeah.
Like works off the tide.
Tidal. Yeah.
Mm.
Well, some of them there's a big like wave paddle in there, and it flaps back, creating
Yeah.
energy. And then there's another one that's like a snake, and as it curls, well, not curls, but wafts and waggles, that kind of makes the energy.
Yeah.
Serpentine movements. Yeah.
There's they were trying to make wind turbines that like are on like a floating platform,
Mm.
you know, like a hot air balloon kind of platform. It'll just
Oh shit.
float about,
Yeah.
but then obviously,
Actually up in the sky.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you'd have to have a wire coming down there.
Hmm. Props.
That'd keep it tethered as well, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Like an energy
Yeah.
kite.
Yeah. That feels quite because the wind's better up there, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah. It'll be constant, won't it?
Mm. But if it stops or if it deflates something, it just comes crashing down and it's broke.
Mm. And also might kill someone.
Mm.
Or an animal, God forbid.
The animals. I don't know if I've got what else.
What animals will honestly die out through global warming?
Well, the polar bears are.
Oh yeah, obviously.
They already are doing,
They're
aren't
the
they?
main ones, yeah. Yeah, but-
Probably other. There aren't really many animals.
But it-
In the North Pole, is there?
Nah. Seals, but.
Fish.
Mm.
But fish won't matter because they'd be in the water anyway.
Polar bear, yeah,
Little snow rabbits.
maybe. Snow leopard, but
Yeah.
they're not really on the. Like icebergs,
No.
not really.
Mm.
I
I
mean,
don't know.
yeah.
We could have, you know,
We could.
once again, unprepared. So,
But if well, you know, polar bear. No one.
go on, polar bears.
Polar bear, yeah, fucking saber-toothed tigers. Where are they? Woolly mammoths. Where are they?
They're
Animals
all about
come
trying to
and go.
bring woolly mammoths back.
Yeah, I heard I heard that they were going to have woolly mammoths back in the wild within about 3 years.
Oh, really?
But this was 6 years ago, and still no woolly mammoths.
No. One day.
There ain't even a woolly elephant.
No.
They used to have woolly rhinos.
Yeah.
Where are they?
Dead.
Yeah, I mean, it just happened, didn't it? The fucking. Don't know how they actually died.
And I'm sure if you looked into the statistics, I reckon the amount of things that are going extinct are doing it far quicker. Now.
Than the meat, you're right.
Well, no, that's just like one event, innit? That just wiped loads out at
That
once.
was quick, that.
Yeah.
No,
I
it
mean, like,
wasn't
if you
though, was
look-
it? Because the dust kind of blocked out the sun, apparently.
Yeah. Yeah, but like, if you looked at the average extinction per year,
Yeah.
I bet it just gradually gets more as people.
Yeah. And no animals are getting really evolved into new animals.
Yeah, but it takes years. Well,
Yeah.
years isn't even
It
enough.
takes weeks!
It'd be better if it did.
Yeah, it would. There's just a new animal every other week.
Yeah. You'd have all sorts of weird and wonderful, but we wouldn't be that good
We already
anymore, though.
do. We already do though, don't we? I was watching a TV show and there was like this animal that was kind of related to a duck-billed platypus.
Yeah.
But it wasn't one, and it was another fucked up animal that consisted of loads of other animals, and I'd never seen one in my life.
What do you mean consistent?
Well, you know, duck-billed platypus, it's like a beaver with
With a
duck's
duck,
feet.
yeah. And it lays eggs.
Yeah. And it's like kind of blind.
Is it?
Yeah, it just sort of rubs its like bill against the bottom of the rocks, doesn't it? It's got them bright, blind blue
Yeah.
eyes. Bit albino-y.
Yeah. I didn't know. They
Well, it's not fully blind,
Oh, right.
like just a little blind.
Just a little bit blind. Well, that's alright.
More than what you'd want to be blind.
But that's just like any amount of blind, isn't it?
Yeah. Anyway, the saber-toothed tigers and the woolly mammoths, what actually killed those? Because it obviously wasn't the Ice Age.
I think it was the end of the Ice Age.
Well, and it got too hot for them.
I don't know. But maybe...
Or did cavemen just kill them? Because cavemen will have killed woolly mammoths, but I doubt they'll have made them extinct.
Yeah, no, but they'd know to not do that, I think. Like...
Homo erectus wouldn't. Maybe they would. What was that?
I don't know. No, I don't know if they would.
They just wouldn't know what the fuck they were.
What were? What they themselves were?
I don't even know, man.
Or what the mammoths were?
I don't know. Alright, then what about the fucking Indians, right? This wasn't even long ago, a few hundred years ago. They'd run entire herds of like fucking buffalo and wildebeest or whatever the fuck, I can never remember which is which, off cliffs to kill them, wouldn't they?
Oh, then like Native Americans.
Yeah,
Indian.
the Native American. Yeah,
Yeah, I was thinking like Indians.
No.
Yeah.
What, buffalo curry?
But it'd be nice.
Probably would. I bet it'd be, quite chewy.
Well, there's a thought then. What meat do you reckon's like real nice? Because I heard they'd gone to the Galapagos Islands like ages ago, like when they were discovering them.
Yeah.
So like, I don't know when it was, like 1800s or
Charles Darwin.
early 1900s. Yeah. Yeah. And apparently they tried to bring a load of these turtles back, right? They got them all on the boat, but they tasted too good and they just ate them all. They must have just like tried one and then thought, oh, these are nice.
And that's a proper nature trip as well, where they love animals. They must have tasted so good.
But Charles Darwin was in this like...
He just couldn't get enough of them.
He was in this group that they had at the time. It was like, I think it was called like something about gluttons. Anyway, it was like a group of all like posh rich people, like just learned Victorian people.
Yeah.
And they just eat weird animals.
Ah.
Like get them in from all over and eat them.
I mean, I would like to try a few, but I think there's some that would just be a bit too weird. Well, I can't think of one.
No, I'd give it a go.
I wouldn't.
I like meat.
Yeah, but you wouldn't want to eat a bat.
Yeah, but like chicken, the meat of chicken don't. You know, if someone put it in front of you and you didn't know, you wouldn't go, "That's chicken." If you didn't already know what.
Yeah, but a chicken's kind of like a nice bird, isn't it?
Yeah, but you just eat the flesh, don't you?
Yeah.
So bat flesh, we wouldn't like resemble bat.
I think it'd.
But it'd hardly have any meat.
It'd look
would
like
it?
a frog underneath. I think. Just kind of muscular.
It wouldn't have much meat, would it?
No.
I reckon if you fry the wings, they might get a bit
Nice
crispy.
like a crisp.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They probably eat them somewhere.
Oh, they will. They'll fucking roast them and just put them on a stick.
Yeah.
They put anything on a stick, don't they?
It's what makes it good.
We'll have to go to one of them countries one day and just eat that kind
Just
of
eat
shit.
a load of shit.
Yeah.
Oh,
Try a bit of Labrador on a stick.
they have like, I think it's in Japan, they have like fermented fish that they keep, just let it go rotten for like
that's
years.
fucking dank.
And then they'll like...
I know they have them eggs.
They'll just like break out the minging fish one day, like, you know, like on a special occasion, like, should we...
It's like, oh, we're getting married. Oh,
get the
get the fish.
get the mouldy fish. I bet that's not very nice.
I bet it's dank as fuck.
Probably.
Have you seen them videos where they're eating... They obviously like sushi and raw fish, and fresher the better. But this fish is pretty much alive, and it's just kind of been cut a bit on its side, and they're just getting chopsticks out of its...
Oh, and eating it while it's like...
And this fish
moving.
is just sort of like opening its mouth and kind of wriggling every so often, and they're just kind of jabbing it and eating it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's disgusting.
I'll have to have a look at that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it probably would be. It's obviously as fresh as it ever could be, but it doesn't need to be that fresh, does it?
No.
Have you seen that video where there's a guy preparing a live squid? And he
No,
just
I don't think so.
slits it open right up its kind of back.
Hmm.
And all its tentacles just sort of... I'm wafting my arms quite like...
You can't see, but
like
it's a real
squid.
funny squid gesture.
And it's just, this real sharp knife, and he just doesn't care about it.
Yeah.
I won't get into halal meat, because I know we have a big Asian following. But
Do we? I didn't even know we had a following.
no, we don't have a big Asian following. But if we did, I wouldn't get into halal meat, which I'm not going to now.
Alright.
You know.
Is it time for some dogging?
Yeah, let's go dogging.
Alright.
Oh, you mean talk about dogging?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, by all means, yeah.
So, dogging. I mean,
The big
where to start?
D-O-double-G.
Well, I suppose we need to explain what dogging is,
Yes.
just in case anybody doesn't know.
And it don't involve a dog, although unless you're a weirdo.
Although we'll get to how it might involve a dog.
Yeah, I
Later on.
lied. It
It's basically going out in your car to some sort of like discreet location, and a few
not discreet ones.
a few people go and sort of like watch people have sex in their cars,
Yeah.
pretty much.
And they're usually men as well, by the way. And they'll kind of...
I'd just like to point out, we seem to know a lot about it, but we don't do it, alright?
We know a lot about a lot of things, we don't do everything.
Don't do much.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're not doggers.
Yeah. I mean, we've dabbled, but...
But we've got some stories to tell
Yeah,
about
we
them.
have some stories to tell. So I think, if you haven't got the gist from what Edwin's just said, just have a look it up, look it up. Cause,
Just be careful where you're doing it.
yeah. So, and don't go looking for trouble either, because you'll find it, like we have on several occasions. Which it seems to be taking ages for us to get round to talking about, but I'm going to try now anyway.
Yeah, go on.
Okay, this could be a story that could go super in depth, but I'm just going to give you the thin version of it. Basically, there was this one time, and I was coming home, and I'd just stopped off at Asda. No, this isn't too long a version. You don't need to know this shit. I'd pulled in at a lay-by, right, and I was eating a pork pie.
No, I like the full version.
I know it's so long. Okay, I'd just been to Asda. I got myself some pork pies and other various car picnicky style stuff. You know, Scotch eggs.
I love a good car pasty.
I
like,
do.
yeah.
I do. Some crisps. Maybe a cocktail sausage. It's all by the by. Anyway, I was packed up in a lay-by, and it was just gone tea time, and it was not of a summer month, so it was coming in dark. I was parked up, and the car slowly goes by in this lay-by, proper gawping at us. He was a single man on his own in this like people carrier thing. He drove down to the bottom,
Which is a
of
good
the
car
lay-by.
for it, innit?
It probably is. He drove down to the bottom of the lay-by, span round, and drove back past. And he went off, and we carried on eating our pies and whatever. And then another car came, and it was pretty much exactly the same car, except it was kind of like your Renault Scenic and your Citroen Picasso, you know, for anyone who gets my drift. It's the same car pretty much, but it's different. Same colour and everything. Again, comes by, a different man on his own, drives by, has a real good look, gets to the bottom of the lay-by, spins round, comes back, has a good look again, and carries on, goes on his way. And this was getting a bit weird at this point. I already knew there was a dog in lay-by down the lane, because I'm wise to the dogs. And
Dog whisperer.
It's like fucking Dog the Bounty Hunter, isn't it?
The bounty humper.
Oh, fucking hell. So we carried on eating our pies.
Real nice pies.
The meat pie, even though meat pie could also be. Anyway.
It doesn't matter.
A van came, did the same thing, drove slowly past, down to the bottom of the lay-by, span round, but this time pulled up, and he turned on his interior car light, and we saw him for a little bit, and he leant over, got something out of the glove box, and turned off his interior light. And we were like, oh my god, could be a gun or some shit. You know, what the fuck is this thing? Is it a gun?
It's very dramatic to jump to that conclusion, isn't it?
Well, it was the third car that had gawped at us. He'd pulled up and we see him lean over and get something out of his thing.
Yeah.
Obviously, we just carried on. Eventually, he started moving towards us, and the lights were on us, so he could really see us, we couldn't really see him. He span round before leaving the lay-by, and just came and parked behind me. And at this point, that's where it gets weird, isn't it? Right? He's parked behind me. I've already seen him with the leaning over, getting his gun, supposedly. What the fuck is he doing? Why is he parked behind me now? It's really weird. He was parked down there. What was wrong with down there? Why has he come? I was freaked out.
Because he wants some dog in action, mate. That's why.
Right, so I got the fuck out of there. I just drove off. I didn't even turn my lights on for fear of him getting my number and following me back and bumming me or something. I know what they're like. I know people who it's happened to. I don't.
No.
We lie a lot in this podcast, don't we? But everything I'm saying now is true. So I went and pulled in at the lay-by down the way, which is notorious for dogging. I pulled in there, and we tried to carry on eating our stuff until we were in there about 3 minutes, 4 minutes. One by one, every one of the cars that drove past me, all three, the two people carriers in the van, they all pulled in and pulled kind of next to each other in the lay-by. Not all facing the same way. They weren't talking to each other. They were in no way affiliating each other with each other. They just pulled in all together. And I sat in there and I was thinking, what the fuck, man? This is weird. They're all single men in their cars. And know for a fact they're dogging. So we waited in the darkness and nothing really was happening. In fact, I could see one of them looking across at us from his car. My eyes had kind of adjusted. I could see him looking across at us. And eventually this boy, it was a boy racer car full of like teen lads. They were older than me at the time, but they were about 19, 20-ish. They all pulled into the lay-by. And I thought, oh, for fuck's sake, that's it. Spoiled their fun, not going to see any action now.
There's going to be no dogging today.
Yeah. So I thought, I'm going to leave the car park. And I'm going to go and pull down the road a little bit and just wait. I think I nipped for a piss, actually. And when I'd got back into my car, I was sat waiting and I was thinking, them guys won't be there when I go back and look. They just won't be, their fun's been spoiled. And just as I said that, all three of them drove past again. Past me on this main road. And they'd went somewhere. And I went to try and find them and I didn't. And at this point, I was like, oh, I've lost them now. I should have been quicker to chase them, kind of thing. But I'd lost them. So I pulled up. I can't remember where now. I'm getting all muddled up with the locations anyway. I pulled up and waited and waited and waited. And I thought, I'll go check back in the lay-by.
The original lay-by.
Not the original lay-by, the second lay-by, the notorious one where they three pulled in at the same time. I went and pulled in there. And I think I was in there 10-15 minutes. And I was really getting like kind of bored and disheartened that I wasn't going to see these hoggers. But sure as fucking eggs is eggs, man. They all pulled in one by one again with about 2 minutes in between. Which is weird, because where had they all been, Had they decided
and they'd all been like the same amount of time. Like.
Yeah. So I sat there waiting, nothing was really happening. Until eventually the boy racer car pulled in again. And I thought, shit, man, they're doing what I'm doing. They're just dog watching as well.
Yeah.
Maybe if they came and parked next to me, so I was thinking about winding my window down or some shit and just be like, oh, you watching doggers kind of thing. But I didn't. And we were sat there in the darkness and we could hear these lads being rowdy in their car. Eventually I saw this massive flash in the boy racer car, a big flash, like either a picture had been taken or a fuck off light had been flicked on real quick. And it happened again. And I saw that one of them was kind of trying to get into the front of the car from the back, kind of leaning between the two seats. And at this point, I was staring at him, like just transfixed, like trying to see
what was going on.
Trying to see what was going on. Until eventually, the passenger door opened, which is the door furthest away from my car. Passenger door opened, and the interior light came on, and I was really straining. And it took me a while to realise, but someone was getting out of the car, and they were wearing like a full head pig mask. And it was fucking terrifying.
Covered the back of their head as well.
Yeah,
fully.
it was one of them ones that kind of covered the shoulders. Like,
Yeah.
It was, you'd wear it under your t-shirt and there'd be none of your skin on show.
Yeah, yeah.
It was a lot like the one from the Saw films, only it didn't have the black hair.
Mm.
And he just started walking towards the fucking car. And I was just like, what the fuck, look at that. Look at that.
What's he doing?
Yeah. Until eventually he was nearly on top, he was within touching distance of the car, and I just fucking got out of there, man. I just drove. And I was terrified.
But was he a dogger?
Or was he scaring
Or was
doggers?
he just
I don't know, because
just trying to freak out the doggers?
I've seen dogging documentaries where they've all been wearing masks and stuff to hide their identity and shit.
Oh, so maybe that's something that they do then.
Yeah, I think maybe it is, if they don't want people to recognise them and stuff.
Yeah. So I remember the time I was driving, I think we was in the same place. Or was you in...
The one I was on about was near Hull.
Oh, right. Well, anyway, this is a different notorious dogging area.
We live in an area that's actually full of dogging areas. And we could go...
It's because there's like...
so many doggers.
Yeah, but there's, I don't know, there's just little like... country lay-bys and that, isn't there?
Dog retreats.
Dog retreats.
Dog retreats, like a doggy treat, but...
I was driving. We pulled into this lay-by. And I don't think there were doggers in the sense of everyone stood around your car having a play with themselves sort of thing. But they were just like having car sex, weren't they? I think.
Wait, which time was this?
The one with the 4x4 followed me.
I swear that we saw people run into the bushes and they were stood around the car on that time.
Did we?
I'm sure of it, yeah.
Well,
like 100% sure.
For the sake of...
Yeah,
alright then. So yeah, in that case, they were doggers.
Yeah.
They were guaranteed doggers. And we'd sort of caught them out. And then, I don't know, we were shining a torch at them, like, ooh, we've got you!
Yeah.
Sort of thing, like, taking the piss.
We just kept the beams on them, didn't we?
Yeah. And then, did he start driving away and we followed, or did we think, oh, we'll go now?
I don't know. I think it was just like, you'll go now, and then he just followed.
He got right up my ass.
We were speeding and he was just fucking right on our ass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know what he wanted, like, what was his aim?
I don't know, just to, scare us.
And I'm sure he had full beams on as well, so he couldn't,
yeah.
Proper...
I think I have a video of that very time when we're getting chased by the doggers.
Yeah.
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 Now, from my memory, I'm absolutely sure that we pulled into this dogging lay-by, and as we kind of turned the corner, the beams just lit up this 4x4. It was like a truck, I think. And there was a few people just around it that just kind of immediately disappeared, and it was kind of a blur as it all happened pretty quick. And I'm sure that they just kind of disappeared into the bushes. And then you span round, and we beamed them for ages, got torch on them and stuff.
Giving them a good old goosing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, no, didn't he try and leave? But we went left and he went right, or so we thought. Because we got up alongside him, because he was going right. And we got up alongside him and like flashing him and shit. You went left and then he just fucking chased you.
Yeah.
I think that's how it happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it is, isn't it?
It's probably because we were flashing at him. I don't mean flashing as in showing our bits. Like
no, we don't
shining
do
a torch. So yeah, that's probably why he was chasing us down.
Yeah, I think so.
So yeah, get out and dog watch.
Yeah, just go looking for it, because you'll see it. I mean, just Google in your area a local dogging site. Go there on a night with a big torch.
You don't have to join in the dogging.
No, man, just go and expose them for what they are.
It's weird. I don't know, it's just like go look at something weird.
Yeah, it's like going to the zoo.
Animals.
Except it's free.
So, dogging.
Yeah, it's pretty dirty, isn't it? I mean, most of them have wives, or normal lives, supposedly.
Yeah.
And yet they do that. And most of them claim they're not gay as well. They just do it for the thrill.
Except, what is the thrill though?
Oh, I don't know. Getting caught, the fact that they're doing it behind their wife's back, doing it in the darkness, they don't know who's fucking them, I don't know. The fact that they can go there and just fuck on command.
Yeah.
It's quite a thrill, man.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, anyway.
So that's dogging.
Yeah, moving on.
The versus round.
Yes.
We went for buttons against touch screens.
Yes.
You know.
So this is like devices with the designated buttons, or the device with the touchscreen where the buttons would be within the touchscreen.
And I prefer buttons.
Yeah, I mean,
I like stuff with buttons.
in certain circumstances, yeah, absolutely.
Because, I don't know, everything's just touchscreen now, isn't it? And you're sort of losing the art of a nice button. I like it when it feels nice and it's sort of like got
You know a nice button when you press
it's
it.
like
don't
a nice resistance to your push.
you? Yeah.
Maybe it makes a noise, like a little kind of noise. I don't know if they picked that up.
Yeah, I wonder what that. Yeah, you could probably like identify an object with that exact noise. But the thing with a touch screen for me is, you can't feel the buttons, the difference between the buttons. You know, instead of, say you want to skip the track, you'll be fumbling around, not knowing where the fuck to press. You'll probably end up pausing it, or fucking going back a track.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
There's no noticeable. You know, you could press it twice and not actually know if you'd pressed it twice.
And so that's why you need you know, you can feel, but then there's buttons that are flush that you can't always feel as well. I don't like a flush button. I like a button that sticks out a bit.
Yeah.
Just a little bit. It don't have to be a lot.
And
Just enough to feel.
Did you mention that it needs like a bit of resistance? Kind of, yeah.
It does, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Like, there's no buttons in here.
No. In the studio.
Yeah. You'd think there would be in a studio.
Yeah,
Of all places.
they're all sliders and touchscreens. What was I going to say? Oh yeah, you can get touchscreens with haptic feedback,
What does that mean?
whereby you touch that screen and it kind of vibrates a little.
Oh
so
yeah.
you feel it. Like it's not so much in new phones as all, you know, it's in old touchscreen phones kind of thing.
I think mine does that. Oh, can't be asked.
It probably
I'll
does.
show you another time. Yeah.
I mean, I think that's kind of better in the sense of you feel like you're actually pressing something. But again, it doesn't fix the problem.
It's not the same, is it? Tell you what else I like, not particularly a button, but them kind of switches that they have in. You kind of see it on like a film in like a fighter plane or something. And they have they're just like a little metal bar that sticks. Like it's real.
It's either
sort
up
of
or
flip
down
it up,
kind
yeah.
of thing. Yeah.
And they flip real nice.
Yeah, I like them as well. You do well.
Like so.
Yeah.
Because they've got a nice noise to them.
I love
A
them.
nice bit of resistance. But once you get it far enough,
It does it itself.
it does it. Yeah,
Yeah.
they're nice.
Yeah, they are.
You could flick them all day, and if you grab them, you can sort of like do that, like, do them really fast.
I always try and balance them in the middle.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And they don't take hardly out to push them either way.
Whoa.
Tell you where buttons are fucking annoying. On volume controls on a car radio, you need a fucking dial for that shit. You can't be going beep 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 beep, getting the volume down or up. The dial's like whap, and then you got your fucking, you know, your speakers are just.
See,
blasting.
man, I've got both. I've got
Oh,
a
you got
button,
both? You got
button
both?
and dial. I've got a dial on the thing, but I've got a button on the
Oh,
steering
I don't
wheel.
mind a button on the steering wheel because. Fuck it, but I mean, the standard radio, you need to.
You kind of use that for like
the wheel, don't you?
getting that fine-tuned volume.
Yeah.
But if you want it down real quick, then
Yeah.
you go with the dial or vice versa.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah. The dial's proper nice though. Isn't it? Trying to think of a really nice button. Oh, I found that thing and I showed you it that time. It was like a switch or some shit. And I was like, that's proper satisfying to click and you won't be able to stop clicking it. I gave you it and you couldn't stop clicking it. I had it in my
I don't
pocket
remember.
for ages.
I don't
I
remember.
think I took it from product design. I swear it was blue with a red little push button. And it just made this lovely click. And it felt nice.
I don't
I just
remember.
could not
mate.
stop clicking.
No, I don't know.
It was nice anyway.
So we're saying buttons win out.
Oh yeah,
Over
shit.
touchscreens.
Yeah, it's the verses. Alright, why would a touchscreen be better than a button? Well, obviously a button
You can
doesn't have a
do
screen
more.
on it.
You can do more in less space.
Yeah. Also,
That's what it. Because if you had a button for
yeah.
for each thing that you can do on a touchscreen, If you know what I mean, because the screen changes, but you still...
Like a BlackBerry, for instance. Fuck me, there's so many buttons on there and they're all so tiny. Whereas on the, the iPhone screen, they don't need to show every possible button because you can kind of
change them.
You can change them, yeah. That's great.
Yeah, so it's, I suppose that's quite a useful thing, isn't it?
And you can change
thinking about it.
the size of them as well. So an old person, they can have really big buttons, can't they?
But they wouldn't be that bothered if it wasn't touchscreen in the first place.
Nah, they wouldn't be bothered. But they could not work a BlackBerry, could they?
No.
I fucking struggle on a BlackBerry.
Yeah. It's the way you do it though, because you gotta use like the very tip of your thumb.
Yeah.
Whereas naturally you sort of use the flat.
Yeah.
I don't know what that would be called.
I don't know. It's women, well not women, but girls who have them BlackBerries, aren't they? And you see them. Well, it's not so.
Their hands just going like that.
Yeah. It's like a motion blur.
That was another gesture that nobody could see. It was
so fast.
Yeah. Well, it's alright because we didn't even see it. It was that fast. So, that was a nice click as well.
Yeah, it's got a nice click to it.
What's the resistance like?
You'd like to know. It's quite nice, actually.
Yeah.
Give it a whirl.
Oh, I can't.
It's the top one. You go through.
Where am I? My name.
Get your feelers on it.
Yeah, it's a nice click, that.
I mean, I won't get too excited about it, but it's all right.
It's a nice click.
So many things.
So
we're just touching everything.
touching buttons.
Okay, touchscreen or buttons. Well, after having a touchscreen phone, I don't know if I'd want to go back to... Well, I've done it before. I've gone back to a shitty phone.
I like it.
Yeah, I do like the...
They just can't do as much though. And you end up going back to having...
For speed though. When we had them shitty Samsungs, text took ages.
I don't know, I got quite fast at it though. Because I put it on predictive, which a lot of people have qualms about, but...
Yeah, did you proper fill up your dictionary as well with words?
Yeah.
Swear words.
Once you'd got it down, like, you'd got the knack to it.
Remember you had to
could be
delete
fast.
fucking text messages?
Yeah.
And if you didn't, you couldn't even receive them.
Yeah. It'd tell you that there was one waiting to come in, but you
Yeah.
couldn't look at it until you deleted
That
empty
was weird,
it out.
that.
So,
On a touchscreen, say a touchscreen phone, if you've wrote something a lot, you can easily just select it.
Yeah.
Highlight it all and whatnot.
They are more useful, aren't they?
They have to be better.
Yeah.
They just have to be better, even though a button might be nicer. I think it's just certain situations call for a button, certain situations call for a touchscreen.
But nearly everything's got touchscreens now, isn't it?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. It's kind of annoying, to be honest.
Stuff that wouldn't need to be.
Well, when I was at uni the other month, I had to use this screen or object someone handed me at this lecturer, and I was like, I had to change my password. That was it at the library. I had to change my library pin, and he was like, "Oh, just put your password in there." And he swiveled this screen round to me, and I was proper poking at it. I was like, "It ain't working."
Yeah.
And then
and
he
it
was like,
wasn't.
No, it's not touchscreen.
Yeah.
There's a mouse there and a keyboard. I was like, "Oh, all right." And he was a real old man as well, so I bet he just thought, fucking...
like, these young'uns.
Yeah. I was doing it for ages, like, oh, this is proper shit, this. I just thought it was a really old, like, type.
Yeah. Yeah, the ones that get to really push hard. Like,
Yeah. You get a sore finger.
So what are you saying wins out? at the end?
Well, I think it's one of them versus matches whereby on one day it's touchscreen, then they'll have a rematch and it'll be buttons.
Oh, you think that...
Yeah.
See,
I'll go touchscreen. No, I love buttons. I've always had a thing about buttons. I'm going buttons.
I like buttons. But they're limiting.
They are limiting.
For the modern day,
Yeah.
I think we do require touchscreens.
Yeah.
And I'm saying touchscreen takes it, but buttons put up a fight.
Buttons is the underdog who you secretly want to win.
Yeah,
But
he just can't.
yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I'm happy with leaving it like that.
Alright.
Ugh,
So
pardon me.
it's time.
For the world famous.
The legendary. I think we need to start coming up with
What, like more things
yeah,
to say before it?
yeah, to really hype it up.
Like some say.
Well, it hypes itself up.
We should rip Top Gear off.
Yeah.
Some say
What?
that people still don't know what they would do from that Would You Rather we once did. I'll just edit that out.
Leave it in.
I won't.
Right, so, would you rather? Would you rather have a penis,
Yeah.
but everyone thinks that you don't have a penis, they think that you've got a vagina?
Mm-hmm.
Right, or the opposite of that being that you have a vagina, but nobody knows you've got a vagina, they just think you've got a penis. We need to just qualify as well that
Even if you show somebody your actual penis, they will still think you've got a vagina. They'll just say it's fake, you know. They will not fucking believe it's a real dick.
you can't convince them.
They just 100% believe, and always will, that you have a vagoo. Or vagina.
So you'd be...
What about women that you got with?
Yeah.
What if you were like, look, I've got a dick and I could fuck you with it? Would they just like, oh, it's not real, I'm not getting the same feeling? You'd be like, wait,
It's like,
placebo effect, it's a
yeah.
real dick, man.
They just think you've got like a realistic strap-on type
Yeah.
thing.
You can't see the straps, it's
Yeah.
proper realistic. Seamless, almost. Yeah,
So
so
you'd
you're just
be-
trying to pull it off and stuff.
You'd be limiting yourself, wouldn't you? Because you'd only be able to like basically shag people that were into the fact that you had a fanny. But
Bisexuals.
then you don't have a fanny. So I don't know.
It's kind of one of them where they're equally as shit, and I think ultimately I'd rather have a dick than people just think I have a vagina. Because I don't want to have a vagina.
Do you still get periods in that?
No, because you've got a dick.
That'd clinch it. No, I mean if you have the other one.
Oh,
if you have a
vagina.
fanny, but people think you don't have a
I
fanny.
don't reckon, because you won't have all your ovaries and shit.
Yeah. I just think a fanny would be harder to clean.
Maybe.
You know,
You've got to get the soap right up there, haven't you?
you're getting all the nooks and crannies.
No, you can't. I don't think you can soap a fanny.
I don't know.
It's too sensitive.
I don't know.
I don't know. I don't think you meant to stick any soap up your fudge. But like,
Yeah, but they have, right? Bars of soap that are shaped like penises.
yeah, I suppose. But they have lollipops that are shaped like penises, and they're not really designed to go up your vagina.
No, that's true. All right, yeah. Yeah, I'll give you that one.
I reckon it'd be like fucking getting soap down your japs anyway.
You think?
And that shit stings.
Yeah, it's definitely not designed for anything going in it. But people do shove stuff down.
Yeah, I mean, you could put a pencil down there, I think. I wouldn't put it point end down first.
I don't know. Nah. You wouldn't want to be doing that. A pencil's a bit wide.
Have you got a proper tight urethra? Is that what it's called?
Well, I think it is, yeah. Not pencil width.
Yeah, I'm talking a 2B. Just your standard Stadler.
Black and yellow one.
Yeah.
Does it have a rubber on the end?
No,
No.
because the metal would catch. What if you pulled it out and the rubber didn't come out with it?
You'd have to try and piss it out.
Oh,
Yeah. It'd probably ping into the toilet. Like.
Or you really go for pissing and then it just goes like sideways.
Oh, your
Like,
piss comes
in your-
out?
No, the rubber thing goes sideways in your like Jap channel.
Or moves out of the way?
No, well, not
Of the
moved out of
piss?
the way, but it's in there lengthways, right? The way it went in, and you piss, and it kind of catches and goes like
and
that.
turns it wider and then causes a worse blockage.
Yeah.
Yeah, but would you rather have a penis or a vagina?
Well, I think I'd just rather have a penis, because you could get with a bisexual person, but then would they get annoyed that you never
that's what I mean, 'cause if
showed
they-
them your fanny?
It doesn't really work, does it? Like,
I don't know.
no, I don't know.
I'd still have a dick, though.
Yeah, I'd still have a dick.
Because you'd be a man with a vagina.
A mangina.
Yeah. That's literally what it would be.
Yeah. You ever done that thing where you took your knob and bollocks behind your legs?
Yeah, yeah. It actually looks like a vagina.
It's funny, isn't it?
Yeah.
So yeah, we're both saying we'd rather have a penis.
Yeah. And then everyone think it's a vagina.
So that's that then.
Yeah.
That wraps it up.
Yeah. So we hope you enjoyed today's episode.
Yeah, if you've got any suggestions for future would you rathers or topics, or
Let us know what you do.
whether you'd rather have a penis or a vagina, but people think the other one.
I think the answer depends on whether you're a man or a woman as well, I think.
But you could have a man that'd have a different answer to us. It's not,
Yeah, but
or a woman that'd have the same answer.
yeah, it might be a bit, you know.
I don't know.
Nobody wants a vagina if they don't want one.
Well, you could say that about anything, like.
Yeah, but you don't want a vagina, do you? So that's why you went for having a dick.
Well, yeah, but
The only man who would choose to have the vagina would be one who actually wanted one.
no, because what if they didn't want people to think that they had one more than they?
I just don't think that's possible, you know.
Well,
Their want for people's thoughts not being about them having a vagina. I don't even know. I don't even care neither.
just
Like,
let us
fucking
know. So where can they do that?
Oh, they can do that at. They could send us an email at thegoldencrotch@googlemail.com.
You can find us on Facebook or Twitter. Just search for the Golden Crotch.
Find us on YouTube, also the Golden Crotch.
Just put the Golden Crotch in anywhere
Yeah.
where.
In fact, just type it in on YouTube because it just comes up. I mean, I've done
Yeah.
it. There's only one Golden Crotch.
Hmm.
There's nothing else on there, anything like
That
Golden Crotch.
sounds like a football chant.
What?
There's only one Golden Crotch. I don't know. We'll make a chant.
You better listen, not watch.
So, see you next week.
Yep, see you next week, guys. Bye. Keep your crotch golden with Man Pon, the official male tampon of the Golden Crotch.